his trade in the shadow of Willie Miller until Willie Miller was injured last season. Now a regular in the Aberdeen lineup, 25 years old, playing beside his international teammate Alec McLeish. And John Robertson too has been waiting for a long time for this opportunity to show that he can demonstrate striking ability at international level. The top scorer in the Premier Division last season with 22 goals for Hearts. He'll be determined to make an early impact on this international scene. So there's the Romanian lineup. You'll see there Hadji listed as captain. It was Lung who actually led the side out, but some top-class talent in that lineup. We saw them in the World Cup: Lupescu, Hadji, Klein, Rotariu, the playmaker, and up front, of course, Lakatush, the principal danger to Andy Gorham in the Scottish goal. So Georgi Hadji was the player who made the biggest impact in the transfer market. £3.5 million he cost when Real Madrid signed him, and he was one of the players who made up a total of £14 million of outward transfers after the Romanian Revolution. There's the man who made such an early impact in the World Cup finals. Marius Lakatush also has left his home country, now plays for Fiorentina, and he cost £2 million. So the referee, small in stature, but we understand very determined and a strong disciplinarian, and he will have an important role in the early stages of this match. So Scotland anticipating a very quick start, and the up and atom tactics, which were so well received in the World Cup match against Sweden, may be copied tonight. There's Ali McCoist out to the left touchline, looking for that long early ball from Alec McLeish. So it's the first international sponsored by White and Mackay, the new SFA arrangement. So all set to savour the start of the match, with the Romanians getting an early touch of the ball, playing it across their back four. The back four which has Popescu here, number 6, and on the near side Petrescu, who didn't play in Italy. Hadji playing it forward. Hadji again trying to find space on the Romanian right. There's Paul McStay going back to win possession. And an early touch for Andy Gorham. Good play by McStay defensively. So here goes McCoist, closely followed all the way there by his marker Sandoy. Here's Robert Connor. Now McLeod. Robertson getting his first touch. Pass goes astray. Back with Sandoy again. Kamataru trying to turn. Robertson keeping the ball in play. Here's Modern McLeod. Once again, the loose ball falling to a Romanian in the middle of the field. Here's Petrescu. Lakatush offering himself short ahead. Space though, right in the middle of the field for Rotariu. And the tall figure there of Lupescu. The Scots funneling back now to defend. What a small pass, stretching his neck muscles there to get his head to that, but Petrescu was happy to accept the first corner kick of the match for Romania. So Lakatush makes his way to the 6-yard box. Some of the tall centre-backs coming forward, Popescu and Sandoy. So McLeish and Irvine pick them up inside the Scottish penalty area. Headed away there by McKimmie at the near post. McLeish trying to complete the clearance. All the Scots are back, including John Robertson, who made that clearance. Lupescu playing it wide. Here's Klein. Once again, only 2 Scots left upfield, Robertson and McCoist. The Romanians settle into their passing system. There's Kamataru. And a fine clearing header there from McKimmie. Mathiut was waiting for that. So an impressive start from the Romanians, are very comfortable in possession. Hadji has license clearly to go all over the field. Lakatush trying to control that, appeared to nudge Malpass. The referee saw nothing amiss. It's back with Hadji on his left foot. Tremendous power there from Hadji, but excellent positioning by Andy Goram in goal. Well, just the kind of opening the Scottish defence doesn't want to leave Hadji. Look at this, going onto his very powerful left foot, and Goram took that at the second attempt. Here's Murdo McLeod escorting that behind, and he's misjudged that. The referee has given a corner kick. McLeod looks disbelievingly towards the referee, but that cuts no ice with Senor Aspetarte, the Spanish referee. Darius Lakatush goes across to take the corner, and certainly an impressive opening from the Romanians. There's plenty of movement inside the box among the Romanian players. Scrambled away there off the shoulders of Gary McAllister. Here's Lupescu, helped by Petrescu. And Andy Goram escorts that behind for the goal kick, but an alarming start for the Scots, Billy.
Well, certainly a very nervous start. And I think one thing is indicated right away, that it's not casualness that these Romanians have, it's confidence, because they started their passing game, they had confidence to take the ball down, they had confidence to pass it across the back, and we've already seen the threat that Hadji offers with that left foot of his. We've got to watch him in and around the box.
Good early challenge there from Irvin on Lakatush. Applause again for Paul McStay. Gary McAllister is playing wide on the right side of the Scottish midfield. There's John Robertson, supported well by Murdo McLeod, looking for a shooting chance himself, as well stopped by McLeod, and Lung made heavy weather of that in the Romanian goal. Some very determined play here from Murdo McLeod, fighting for possession, easing himself into that shooting position, and Lung was scrambling.
It was an excellent reply by Scotland, and Murdo's got a tremendous shot. Like Hadji, it may be a competition of shots, Jock, and Murdo might just come out on top if he gets the opportunity.
Sandoy again for Romania. There's plenty of patience among the Romanians. This is Popescu playing it forward. Malpass lofting it. So out it goes again for the throw to Scotland, which Maurice Malpass will take, playing his 38th international for Scotland. McCoy's trying to find space, and the referee gives the free kick for the push from the back by Sandoy. So the free kick will be taken by Robert Connor. Robertson made a run, not being allowed to make any progress there. It was Lupescu who was his marker for that free kick. John Robertson trying to settle into the international arena, but he has a very tough task tonight against the top-class side. And remember, a depleted Scottish team this. Only 3 of these Scottish players were in the opening lineup in the World Cup finals in Italy. McLeish, Malpass and McStay. Good header there by Irvin. Here's Petrescu. McLeod in quickly there with that challenge on Rotario. Bit of carelessness there in defence, and the Scots pick it up again. McKimmie made the challenge. Here's Paul McStay, and McCoist was caught just offside. Well, McCoy is certainly looking very lively and eager up front for Scotland. So some good challenges there made by the Scots, McKimmie in particular. Look at Paul McStay now releasing the pass, but McCoist was clearly offside. So Alec McLeish with the free kick, earning his 73rd cap tonight. Only Kenny Dalglish has more. There's John Robertson trying to get in behind the Romanian defence. Promising move again from the Scots. And the corner kick greeted by the Scottish fans behind Lung in the Romanian goal. Gary McAllister and Murdo McLeod together. McLeod sends it in towards the near post. Hadji taking the ball for a run, chased by Paul McStay. McAllister also gets back. Here's Rotario. Rotario again. Lies just in front of his defence, the principal playmaker from that area for Romania. Here's Lakatush. Back from Popescu to Petrescu. There's Sandoy. Well, the Scottish fans expressing their disapproval for this play from the Romanians. Cross now with Klein. Popescu again. Scored for PSV Eindhoven in Holland at the weekend, making the former England manager Bobby Robson very happy. So the Scots quite prepared to allow the Romanian back four to have as much possession as they want. Cross it comes again to Popescu. Just 22 years old, earning his 23rd cap tonight. Petrescu making the run, McLeish goes across to ensure there's no opening. And goal kick to Scotland. So there's the aerial shot of Hampden Park, and the Scots have in reserve their substitutes. Campbell Money is the replacement goalkeeper, not Jim Leighton. Then there's Tom Boyd, Pat Nevin, John Collins and Robert Fleck. Jim McInally was not considered because of a lingering knee injury. There's Maurice Malpass. Popescu's header. It's picked up now by McLeod, and now Connor. A very impressive start to the season for Aberdeen, Connor. And Ali McCoy's putting himself about, trying to win possession. But it's the Romanians again who are enjoying plenty of the ball inside their own half. Here's Hadji. Martin McLeod has clearly been delegated the task of getting close to Hadji whenever the Romanians come forward. This is Lakatush. Trying a delicate ball through a gap which wasn't there. There's good running by Connor. And a good recovery made by Mathiot. This is Rotario. A long run the far side from Klein, the fullback. Put under pressure there by McKimmie, and that forced the error. Malpass made sure of the fact that Lakatush couldn't take any advantage of that. So good running there by Klein, Michael Klein, who now plays at Uerdingen in West Germany. The Romanian left back, a very experienced player. So the Romanians have on the bench experienced men like Rednich, Ballant, Sabao and Baricau, and the goalkeeper is Stelia. So it's a very impressive lineup in reserve for the Romanians, Billy.
Yes, it is, Joe. I thought Ballant was one of the better players in Italy, and he's not even on the starting lineup.
Good pass there again from Paul McStay. Robertson doing a little bit of wrestling there as he tried to find a way through. So Robertson has been penalised, but it's been an impressive opening for your own club skipper Paul McStay, Billy.
Yes, I think the impressive aspect of the Scots start is that after those first couple of minutes, they've got to grips with the game, and particularly in midfield, I felt Murdo McLeod and Paul McStay have been very aggressive there, and we've had a shot from Murdo, we had a pass through Charlie McCoy from Paul, so we're not sitting back and allowing them to control the game, and I think that's important to us tonight.
Here's Klein again for Romania. Educated left foot. Here's Mathiot. Oh, Hadji has dropped deep. Away from McLeod. That's superb play from Hadji. Well, one of the problems for the Scots in preparing for the match, Billy, was the fact they had no idea where Hadji might play, because he does seem to have a free rein.
Yes, he does, and the interesting thing for me, a new manager has changed the system. I saw them in Italy, as I've mentioned. They played a straightforward 4-4-2. They're playing three at the back, and I think that's obviously to release the big lad Popescu, who's very good going forward. Not only is he a good defender, but he's very, very good going forward.
Yes, Lupescu wearing 11 is the marker for John Robertson, but here's Hadji coming forward, showing his shooting power on the right. Petrescu released from that defensive chore to move forward into midfield. Here's Lakatush. Oh, that's superb play, taking the ball in one movement on the run. There's Petrescu, and turned in on the 6-yard line by Kamataru. It's the ideal start for the Romanians, and it was a goal created by the genius of Lakatush on the right flank. Superb pass thrown out to the right. Now just look at the way Lakatush controls this and races past Valpas in the one movement, pulls it back for Petrescu, and there was Kamataru, played onside by Alec McLeish.
Magnificent pass and terrific control, good composure, gets to the byline, looks up, says here you are, you have a go. Miskicked the shot, but his colleagues there to put it in the nets. It makes life difficult for us now.
Well, just to start, the Scots were hoping to avoid, but we have seen some real quality in this Romanian lineup. Free kick given against Paul McStay. Well, the kind of top-class creative ability demonstrated there by Lakatush in particular, and certainly no blame attached to Andy Gorham in the Scottish goal for that. Scots were stripped wide open whenever Lakatush left Malpass for dead on the right. Trying again there, but Malpass heads into touch.
You know, Jock, they've changed the system, the Romanians, but they're pushing Hagi much further forward, and I've seen him saw him playing in Italy. And the little lad Rotario is going to become the playmaker. He's commentating off his back three, and he's a very, very good player as well. So they really have got some quality players.
There's Gary McAllister releasing that early ball for McCoist. McCoist's marker is Sandoy. It's Sandoy with McCoist, with Lupescu marking Robertson. The spare man is Popescu. Here's Stuart McKimmie. And the Scots would welcome an early reply. It's not coming in that move. Matthew trying to find a way through. Murdo McLeod getting back. There's Malpass, and Paul McStay collects from his back four. McCoy's turning that neatly for McLeod. There goes Robertson, and the marker was Lupescu. Robertson not quite having the explosive pace he would have required to escape that challenge from Lupescu. Here's Hagi, now deep on the right. Lakatush. That's a good tackle by Irvine, but the ball lands at the feet of Hagi, and that's bad news for Scotland. Always looking for a shooting chance from long range, Georgi Hagi. He has found the net 15 times for his country. But the top goal scorer for Romania is Rodion Kamataru, who had scored 20 goals before tonight, now has 21. But here's Hagi going inside Paul McStay. The Scots allowing him that shooting chance again, but this time he's well off target. Clearance by Sandoy. Well, the Romanians will be delighted to have this early lead, and I wonder if they'd be tempted to hold on to that, Billy.
Well, I saw a negative side to them in Italy, as I mentioned. I think they're an excellent side, but they do have the ability to hold the ball, and they do have the ability to defend well.
Lofted forward there by McCoy. Robertson could make nothing of Popescu. So chase there for Matthew. He managed to keep the ball in play. He's wearing that unfamiliar number 6, allowing Brian Irvine to wear 5 for Scotland. Kimmy to Irvine. McStay makes himself available again for the back four. There's McAllister. Now McKimmie. Robertson's layoff trying to release McAllister. And McAllister having to scramble to make that challenge. He got a deflection there to give the throw to Scotland. Well, Gary McAllister's had precious few chances so far to demonstrate his passing ability from the middle of the field. It's given straight to Klein. Space again for the Romanians. Lakatush for the target. In steps Connor. Rotario being challenged again by McKimmie. The layoff came from Robertson. Martin McLeod makes an angle there for McKimmie. Not much space for the Scots coming forward. Popescu getting some help there from Popescu in defence. There's Hadji. Coyce made that challenge on Hadji. Hadji had expressed his respect for McCoist before the match, and they played in that European Cup tie, Steaua Bucharest against Rangers a couple of years ago. But so far it's the Romanians who have control of the match. They're stroking the ball around to excellent effect, and their system of 3 central defenders with a midfield augmented by their full-backs, Petrescu and Klein, is certainly paying off at this stage. And they've set the Scots some difficult problems. McLeish reacting to a call there from Andy Gorham. Gorham getting the ball early into the Romanian half. A bit of pushing there by Klein on McAllister, picked up by the Spanish referee. Scotland have a free kick, which Stuart McKimmie will take. Coyce and Robertson making plenty of runs out of your picture up front, waiting for the pass to be delivered. Here's McLeish arriving late. The head flick on finds Connor. This is promising for Scotland. Well, not quite so promising was the cross from Connor. And that Scottish attack breaks down. Rotario finds Lakatouche. There's McAllister. Martin McLeod has gone deep. Here's McLeish. Brian Irvin. Well, not quite what he intended. Turned back towards Sandoy. The dominant figure at the back is Popescu. Connor forced that error. Here's Malpass. Good change of pace there by Malpass. He's away from Mateut. No one at the edge of the box for that pass. Rotario picks it up. And the Romanians have space on the left. Klein and Rotario together. Busy little player here, Rotario. Switching the play towards Lakatouche. Trying to do things all by himself. That was a very good tackle by Malpass. Lakatouche a little over elaborate. Here's McAllister now in the middle of the field where he prefers to perform. Not enough options available to the Leeds United midfield player. He's the only man in the Scottish side tonight who plays his football in England. That really is remarkable. 9 home Scots, McAllister and Martin McLeod of Borussia Dortmund. Rotario picks it up, gets away from McLeod. Here's Mateut. Petrescu on the near side. He has Hadji peeling off to the right. It was well read by Malpass. Well, the signs at the moment are ominous for Scotland. The Romanians proving themselves to be the class side we fear they might be. Here's McStay. Now Robertson. Taken out of the play late there by Lupescu. Well, a timely reminder for Robertson that the Romanians don't stand on any ceremony. Lupescu also plays his football in West Germany for Bayer Leverkusen. Played across by Martin McLeod. There's McAllister sending it in early this time. It's headed away by Sandoy. Collected by McKimmie. Here's Martin McLeod. Well, encouraged perhaps by the heavy weather Lung made of his first shooting attempt. But no problem there for Lung and the Romanian goal. But Martin McLeod is certainly trying to make his presence felt in the Scottish midfield. Well, does this call for a change of tactics at this stage from the Scots, Billy?
I think what the Romanians have done in actual fact, Jock, I think they've anticipated that Murdo McLeod would try to mark Hadji, and they've pulled Hadji away onto this right-hand side. It makes it very, very awkward because Robert Connor, I think, is a natural left-sided player and he wants to play wide, that bit wider. to bring Murd all the way across would maybe disrupt our thoughts. But I think at the moment we've got to be prepared to push forward and go and meet them in midfield. We're sitting off them just a little bit. We've got 4 marking 2 at the back, and we're giving a little bit of an imbalance in midfield. I think we've got to be prepared to push forward. Maurice Malpas has got to come out there and be prepared to take Haji at different times.
Yes, the Romanians profiting from their 5 in midfield, leaving just 2 up, Kamataru and Lakatush. And if you've just joined us here at Hampden, scoreline, Scotland 0, Romania 1, the goal scorer Kamataru. And that certainly is an accurate reflection on the play so far in the match. Well, the Scots are putting in lots of effort. Robertson outpaced there by the rangy stride of Popescu. And the referee has penalised John Robertson for his attentions on Popescu. Well, determined marking by Sandoy and Lupescu, and Popescu, the spare man at the back with lots of pace. Popescu pushing forward there, met well by McLeod. Good play involving McStay, McAllister and McKimmie. The head flick on from McCoy. There goes McAllister. And that's why Popescu is the spare man at the back, escorting that back to Lung in goal. A promising play there from Scotland. Sylvia Lung, the 6'5" Romanian goalkeeper, had to go down very smartly there as McAllister applied the pressure. A good challenge by McKimmie. Scotland really have to make these tackles in midfield count. Once the Romanians settle in possession, they are very accomplished indeed. So 25 minutes of the first half gone. Romania are leading by 1-0. There's Paul McStay. Headed down by Lakatush. That appeared to be handball, yes. Mathiot misjudged that slightly. Plays for Dinamo Bucharest. Still hasn't joined the exodus to other European countries. His 47th cap tonight. Here's Eric McLeish with a free kick. Pumping the ball towards Brian Irvine in the box. There's Robertson! Good effort there by Robertson. It was deflected before it reached Lung in goal. And what a start that would have been for Robertson for his international career. Well, the high ball caused all the problems. The ball pumped into the penalty area there by Eric McLeish. That suggests perhaps the Romanians are vulnerable to that kind of approach. There's Paul McStay trying to create again. There's McLeod. And McKimmie had to make the tackle again to win possession back for Scotland, but the Romanians come forward again. With Mathiot in midfield. Picked up by Haji. Change of pace by Haji causes problems again for the Scots. Connor battling hard against Mathiot. Perhaps fortunate not to be penalised for that challenge, but this is what Willie McNeil wanted Malpas to do, surge forward into that midfield area. Good running by McCoist. Great chance for Scotland! McCoist at his best until the finishing effort. He looks very lively indeed up front for Scotland, but it was the intrusion into midfield of Maurice Malpas which made all the difference. Look at the run made by McCoy, screening the ball from the challenging player, going inside the next defender, and the shot pulled off target.
Interesting, Jock. Over the last few minutes we've had a couple of chances, and both the strikers have miscued the shot when it was important maybe to strike a good one. But it's interesting that we're getting back into their box, and we have created a problem or two for them.
Very encouraging signs for the Scots. Strikers getting some chances suddenly. McLeish made that tackle on Lakatush. Back with Popescu, who's a Gary Gillespie look-alike at the back for Romania. There's Sandoy. Popescu again. This is Petrescu. Star Bucharest player. Cross it goes again to Sandoy. Popescu springing himself from that defensive beat to link in midfield. The Scots working very hard, marking very tightly in the middle of the field. Not always apparent from the pictures on your screen, but there aren't many options available to the Romanian defenders in the middle of the field, and that's a tribute to the Scottish marking. That little flick on from Lekatush doesn't reach Mathiot. Irvine playing the ball straight out and apologising. You could see there to Alec McLeish, his club mate at Aberdeen, who'll be talking him through his first international, I've no doubt. Here's Lupescu. Now Popescu, that's cut off by McStay. And a misunderstanding there, McLeod catching McCloyst on his heels, and Lakatush is the player caught offside as the Scots push forward towards the halfway line. The referee still not happy with the positioning of the free kick. He's insisting that Alec McLeish takes the ball right across towards the touchline. And now Malpass plays it short to McLeish. Well, these high balls really not what John Robertson wants, unless they're chipped in short to arrive around the area of his chest. Well, the free kick given there against McLeish. He's certainly not happy about that. There's Hadji. No black lift at all with that left foot, but tremendous power as he flights the ball to the far side. Well, in fairness, while the Romanians have enjoyed a lot of possession and shown tremendous passing ability, Andy Gorham hasn't been troubled too often. One tremendous strike from Hadji he had to save, but that apart, his principal task is to pick the ball out of the net when Kamataru scored. A reminder, Romania lead by 1-0. Hadji, the Real Madrid midfield player, looking very composed. Sandoy plays it across. Here's Hadji. The driven ball finds Petrescu. Look at the way he controls that on the run. It was well read by Malpass, but not by Lakatush. Good play by McLeish. And by Malpass. McStay took his eye off that. He was trying to use Robert Connor, but Rotario intercepted. Here's Popescu again. And Hadji releasing the ball early again. Irvine made the tackle. Mathiot finds Lakatush. Headed away by McKimmie. Again deflected. It came into the penalty area from Klein. Hadji to Lakatush. He may head for the byline here against McLeish. Well, the second attempt, he does that. Back it goes to Petrescu. Good forceful running. And across too long, allowing McAllister to pick it up for Scotland. Only two men up, Robertson and McCoist. And once again, pass is pitched much too long for John Robertson. Rotario back. Lupescu. Hadji again dropping deep on the right. Scotland persisting with their zonal approach. No man marking here. Hadji didn't appear to have much contact there from Malpass. He really does have an immense turn of pace. He changes pace brilliantly, Billy.
He's got this little burst. He's very explosive in those situations. I think he made and created that foul, to be honest with you. But at the moment we're having difficulty because their two up front are not playing through the middle. They're playing off, they're playing into the channels. And Hadji's coming on one side, Klein's prepared to push down the other side, and they're keeping the game very, very wide, and with the good quality of the passing, they're making life very, very difficult for us.
So across it goes to the middle of the field again, where Rotario is the busy, scuttling little figure in that area. Hadji looking for Rotario. A good play there by McLeod. But the Scottish midfield players too busy in a spoiling role at the moment. They're not able to get a hold of the ball and put their own passes together. Here's Hadji. Oh, time for the tricks now. Well, it didn't come off, but the Scottish fans enjoyed that little bit of skill from Hadji. Certainly not difficult on this performance to see how Romania got the better of Russia in Moscow at the end of last month, a 2-1 victory in Moscow. Here's Lakatouche, first time effort. He was away from McLeish. Just as well for Scotland. Gorham was so well positioned, but Lakatouche showing his menace again. The Scottish defence breached by one excellent pass. Well, another moment of anxiety for the Scottish defence, which passes as Gorham makes the save. Well, the alarming aspect of this move is the fact that one long pass there gets beyond Eric McLeish. The first time volley from Lakatouche, he was stretching as he went for that, and that was fortunate for Scotland.
It was a marvellous pass job, but you see the difficulty the two centre halves have got, because Lakatouche just peeled off from Alec McLeish. He span into that bit of space and wasn't far away from scoring.
Two Romanian strikers making it difficult for the Scots to mark them. That's their task, is to position themselves between one central defender and one fullback, leaving some doubt among the Scottish defenders as to who should go and pick up. So it's the Romanians again, and they really have put on a very impressive display. The Scots are finding it very difficult indeed to cope at the moment. Petrescu taking his eye off that, allowing the ball to run for the throw. Here's Maurice Malpass. Needs some movement. Gets it inevitably from McCoist up front. Hadji picks it up for Sandoy. Here's Popescu. And now Lupescu. There's Hadji. A superb pass again, testing the pace there of McAllister, who did very well, matching the run made by Klein, and it's Klein who's penalised. Well, McAllister not renowned for his defensive qualities, better known as a creative player, but he did very well defensively there, matching a very long run from Klein to reach that superb pass from Hadji. Lupescu lofting it forward. Irvin Bell beneath that. There's McKimmie, and now McAllister. Good piece of skill there, but he was crowded out in the end, Gary McAllister. Always someone available wide for Romania. This time it is Dan Petrescu. So many youngsters in this Romanian side. Petrescu is just 22 years old. He was capped after only 8 league games for Steaua Bucharest. The creator, of course, of the opening goal. McLeish down to Irvin. Here's McLeish again. Malpass makes an angle on the left. Well, the Scots badly need the boost, which only a goal, I think, could provide. Here goes Robertson. Stopped very confidently there by Lupescu. Cloud did well to win that. Here's Paul McStay. Appeared to be fouled from the rear there by Kamataru, who had gone back to help in midfield. There's McAllister and McLeish. McStay takes over. McLeod makes himself available. Over to the far side is McKimmie. The Scottish fullbacks again pushing forward. Good running by McKimmie. McAllister lofting it in, looking for McCoist. There's Robertson! The equaliser for Scotland! Robertson scores at his international debut. And that was a goal of great quality, bringing to life these worried Scottish fans. It was Stuart McKimmie who did the hard work initially. Fine creative play coming forward. Forced there to play back. Look at the skill here from Gary McAllister. McCoist gets up so well, and there's John Robertson at his best.
Marvellous goal, Jock. Stuart McKimmie does very, very well. Touches it back here to Gary McAllister. Chips a lovely little ball in. Alan McCoist does so well to get up there, and there's John Robertson doing the thing that he does so well inside the box. Just poking out a foot and putting the ball in the net. It makes life an awful lot more interesting and a bit more exciting.
Well, reward there for the Scots for the diligence they've displayed against the top quality side in Romania. One each now, and John Robertson totally elated as he scores his debut. And just listen to the Scottish supporters now, belying their small numbers. It will be very interesting to see the official crowd. But John Robertson, a renowned goal snatcher, a penalty box player, and proving it conclusively with that superb goal. An alarming moment there, as that header was delivered by Sandoy, who made the run, but he was closely marked all the way. Stuart McKimmie again doing a good marking job. Quick corner kick. Here's Hadji. And that's a tremendous cross into the 6-yard box. Maurice Malpas judging it well, and I'm sure that ball was swerving as it raced into the box. Well, the menace from these set pieces when Hadji is involved is immense. So there's Hadji. Scots will require to be alert again. Right under the crossbar. Well, it's not only the fact that Gorham can catch that so cleanly, but it's the fact that he does it so confidently, Billy, that makes such a difference to the defence.
Well, it certainly takes a little bit of pressure off us, because I think you're always susceptible to losing goal immediately after you've scored, and we almost lost one there. But he's taken the pressure off us. He caught the ball cleanly. He's given his defenders confidence to know that he can do that.
Well, the Scotland coach Andy Roxburgh has expressed his concern historically about Scotland immediately after they score a goal. Sometimes there can be a lapse in concentration, so it's vital now that the Scots settle in here. They should be greatly encouraged by the fact that they are a level against a very good side, and there's no question that that was a foul by McLeod on Hadji. Well, McLeod back in a Scottish jersey for the first time since he was withdrawn from the Stadio delle Alpi in Turin in the World Cup, completely concussed after taking the full brunt of a Branco free kick for Brazil on his head. Here's Robert Connor, who's had a quiet match, but he's doing some good marking work in the middle of the field. It's Connor again looking for Robertson through the middle. Rotario getting back. There's Popescu. Rotario helps it on. This is Kamataru. There's Georgi Hadji, who appears to have recovered from the knock he took from Murdo McLeod. Diligent work again by McStay. Here's Petrescu, the creator of the Romanian goal. It's back now with Lupescu. Delightful little flick forward there with the outside of the right boot, but the Scottish defence again working hard. Well, that's a high ball which Robertson really shouldn't be able to win. Robertson looking for McCoy. Can he control this on the run? Sandoy did well. Here's Connor. Malpas trying to get forward. Petrescu turned it out. He didn't think so. Malpas asking why the referee wasn't considering a free kick for dangerous play. Normally it might have been given in Europe. Here's Malpas with the throw. McCoist and Connor trying to provide options. McCoist and Connor made their international debuts together in Eindhoven in a match against Holland back in 1986. Here's Connor again. The layoff from McCoy to find McStay. The control not quite good enough at pace. Lakatush to Hadji. A little bit of wrestling going on there involving Lakatush and Malpas, but I think the free kick goes to Scotland. Yes, Lakatush was penalised. Here's Connor. McAllister making a late run into the box. That was picked out by Connor, but the Romanian defence equal to the task. Here's Brian Irvine. Well, a careless ball. Well, it's not Irvine's greatest quality coming forward with the ball at his feet. Here's Hadji. Well, no better than Irvine's pass. And Hadji certainly is supposed to have more ability in that position. Hadji and McStay together. Here's McKimmie intruding again. And McAllister trying to knock that neatly past his man. It didn't come off, and here's Hadji in space. McLeod spots the danger and gets back quickly for Scotland. The offside flag is up. Klein looks across towards the linesman. No hesitation about the flag going up, though. So the free kick just outside the penalty area. Headed away there by Popescu. Gary McAllister took a knock there, challenging Klein. The ball is out of play, and the referee may now allow attention for Gary McAllister. Well, the signs for a long period in that first half, Billy, were ominous for Scotland, but it has been an excellent spirited fight back.
It certainly has, and they've had to work hard to achieve it, but I think they're having difficulty with the three-at-the-back system that they're employing just now, the Romanians. It's different from what they played in the World Cup, and I think they're just having a little bit of difficulty adjusting to it. Having said that, it's a real Scottish spirit that's got us back into the game. We've had to go and fight for the ball, we've had to go and battle for it in that box. And all credit to Alan McCoist and John Robertson. When they got the opportunity, they combined magnificently to create a goal.
So the damage inflicted in the face of Gary McAllister has resulted in a loss of blood, and that's why the referee is allowing plenty of time for Hugh Allen to repair the damage. We are in the final minute of the first half, so McAllister can be properly patched up very shortly. Well, it's that crucial closing minute of the first half when any strike would be so important. Scotland keeping the play in the Romanian half. The Romanians haven't responded with such confidence to the goal scored by Scotland. Ali McCoist easing Sandoy off the ball when it was in the air. It was well spotted by the referee, and McCoist offers no complaint. He knows he was leaning into his man illegally. A short free kick. Well, it's been an international first half, full of interest and a lot of quality on display, particularly creatively from the Romanians. Vada McLeod again making a Romanian hurry. That's a fine pass from McAllister. Here's Connor. The last minute of the first half, and Scotland looking for another goal. It was Ali McCoist with a flying header. He's hopping for a deflection there. But this is when Gary McAllister is at his best, when he's allowed to release first time early passes like this. Playing with lots of quality to Connor. It was indeed the last attack of the first half. McCoist's header going wide. Applause for the Scots. The Spanish referee sends them off, and John Robertson is a Scotsman who has produced that scoreline, which is a little more optimistic than we'd any right to expect midway through a first half which was dominated early by the Romanians. But this is what changed the pattern of the game. McAllister's chip, McCoist's header, and a deadly finish from John Robertson. So at half-time, still lots of optimism inside the stadium here to set something up on the far side with Lakatouche and Mathiut making progress, but Robert Connor did a good job in defence. There's Lupescu. Now Hadji. Excellent control there by Petrescu. Petrescu again. This is Lakatouche testing the pace of McLeish. Stretched in well. Well, that's believed to be the vulnerable aspect of Alec McLeish, his speed on the turn, but he certainly matched Lakatouche well there. His experience generally allows him to avoid being in that position. So every Scotsman back inside the 18-yard box to face this Hadji corner kick.
Get there, get out!
Back in by Klein, it's away by Connor. Now Lupescu. Played across there by Klein. This is Petrescu. Remains again enjoying a lot of touches on the ball. It's McKimmie putting the pressure on, and Hadji is equal to that. He's been through that many times before. This is Mathiot. He has Klein in lots of space on the left. Top-class goalkeeping once again from Andy Gorham. Swooping in that ball, sticking to him like glue. There's McAllister. Now McCoist. Robertson's free on the left. The Scots now require midfield players to support. McCoist the only man up front. That's why McAllister has slowed things down for McStay. Here's McAllister. Good running by Malpass, allowing Connor to take possession. Ball is still in play, and it's turned away in the end there by Sandoy. Connor's cross a little bit too long. Here's McLeod. Connor was calling for that in the box. And McCoist is perfectly happy to accept the throw. Well, the Romanian defence has shown itself to be a little bit unhappy when the ball's coming across from the flanks. Delicate ball forward there by McAllister, looking for McCoist. It was Popescu who turned it away. Cloud safely back to McLeish, who took no chances at all. Gorham rejects the offer made by Malpass for a throw out to the far side. Prefers to get the ball back inside the Romanian half. Instant control from Hadji. Klein forward. Kamataru escaping the clutches of Irvin. McKimmie using his pace to get back. And Hadji very unhappy with that pass by Kamataru. Top two Romanian goal scorers. Failing to combine on that occasion. Nodded down very well indeed by Popescu. He picked out Klein quite carefully with that. Kamataru eased off that by McKimmie. Here's Alec McLeish. Connor getting up for that. Breaks for Robertson. There goes Connor. Almost a misunderstanding there in the Romanian defence. Forward comes McLeish. Target there was McCoist. Lupescu heading clear. It's a good header by Mathiot. Lakatush rewarded now by Mathiot. Lakatush again. The extra man, Petrescu. And Gorham goes down on his feet. Romanians think that the forward was held. Mathiot right in the thick of that with Petrescu, but it was good goalkeeping in the end, and Brian Irvin standing his ground well for Scotland. Here was Lakatush. Playing the ball there for Petrescu. Inside was Mathiot and Petrescu, and Gorham settled the argument. So the Romanians creating again. Offside flag up on the far side against Lakatush. Well, the Scots trying very hard to take a grip of the match, Billy.
Yes, we've started the second half very well in actual fact, but just a little worrying aspect that Lakatush has taken upon himself to make an impact this half. We didn't see a lot of him in the first half. He certainly set up the goal for Romania, but he now looks as though he's prepared to run in behind. And with his pace and with his ability, he could cause a lot of problems.
Irvin now chasing Hadji. It's only one chance for this tackle, and he took it. Dead if he'd missed that on that occasion, Brian Irvin, but it really was a well-timed challenge. There's Klein. Popescu. Oh, that's fine play by Popescu. Well read by Malpass. The Romanians have possession again with Lupescu. You just joined us. Scoreline: Romania 1, Scotland 1. There's Klein. In comes McLeish again. That's a careless clearance though. McLeish more decisive that time. The bounce of the ball beats John Robertson. Fine play again by Hadji. Look at the way he picks out his man on the far side. Malpass is becoming alert to that crossfield pass though. There's Connor towards McCoist. Stolen away there by Sandoy. Petrescu stepped inside Connor brilliantly there, and Connor caught him on the way. Connor expressing his dissatisfaction about the fact that the Free kick was given, but it did appear to be a foul. Pumped forward by Rotariu, who's been quieter too in the second half. Dominant figure in the opening 20 minutes, Rotariu in midfield for Romania. Ryan Irvin will turn this back safely. And Gorham again, always preferring the long clearance from hand. Drop kick getting lots of distance. Not much prospect of McCoy and Robertson winning these. Well, that appeared to be a push by Kamataru. The referee saw nothing wrong with that. Using his strength, leaning into Irvin. Hadji with the cross. Beautifully controlled by Malpass. With his debut 6 years ago in Marseille against France. Robertson did well with that neat little flick. McAllister trying to get there, just beaten to the ball narrowly by Lothario. Popescu. Rotario. So some singing again from the Scottish supporters. They realise that Scotland are playing top-class opposition with a thoroughly depleted side from Andy Roxburgh's original plans, but still the scoreline is all square at 1 apiece. Romanians come forward patiently again. It's beyond their attempt to go beyond Malpass. Here's Lakatush. Taken from the rear by Malpass, and I fancy this will be the first yellow card of the match. No, it's Murdo McLeod who's in trouble. McLeod is the player booked, and Lakatush is the player injured. Well, McLeod coming to the rescue of Maurice Malpass as he saw it. Well, let's see this again to see the ferocity there of the challenge. Well, McLeod and Malpass both making challenges, but it was the original one from McLeod which upset the Spanish referee.
It's not the ideal place to give away fouls, because with Hadji's left foot he's liable to do something spectacular from this distance, and it's a pity because, you know, Scotland have really got at them a bit, and we can't say it's quality or classy, but they've sent balls up there, and John Robertson and Alan McCoy have worked very, very hard and upset the three central defenders quite dramatically.
Well, this is ideally set up for Hadji's left foot. The Scottish players have been well briefed about this. A lot of practice at training to cope with this very position, with Hadji over the set piece. Andy Gorham positioning himself to the right of the wall. He doesn't need much of a run up or much backlift. He has terrific power in that left foot, and he can bend the ball. Here comes Hadji. Well, that tells its own story. Hit with thundering power, and Andy Gorham kept his eye on the ball, got his body behind that. Rebound fell kindly for Scotland, but the pressure is still on. This is Klein. Now Rotario. The interception there by McKimmie. So here's a shot from Hadji beyond the wall, and Gorham had to beat that away. It almost knocked him over. Cleared there by McLeish. So here's Robertson and McAllister fighting hard for possession. That's a long pass for Connor to chase. And the ball has drifted out of play for the throw to Romania. Well, there's no Scottish player who can be faulted for lack of effort, Billy.
Certainly not, Jock, and we consider the fact that we haven't had a real practice match or a game before as the Romanians have. And indeed, the amount of call-offs that Andy suffered, I think it's a very, very good performance.
And I think we're about to see another debutant in Scotland colours. Tom Boyd is preparing for action. Down below is on the bench. Well, I wonder where he may play. He's a versatile player. Here's Stuart McKimmie on the run, looking to deliver an accurate cross. He wins the corner kick. Well, Tom Boyd could play either in midfield full-back or in central defence. What a moment it is for this young player from Motherwell. McAllister and McLeod over the corner kick. Two Romanians come over. Plays short for McLeod, trying to take on his marker. Ball still in play now, it's gone out, and the linesman says that is a goal kick. And an opportunity for Scotland to make a switch. And the change they're going to make is to bring off Robert Connor and replace him with Tom Boyd. Now that could be a direct replacement. So Robert Connor, who has played not a glamorous role tonight for Scotland, but a very determined, diligent performance covering that left flank for Scotland, working mostly in a marking defensive role. Tom Boyd goes straight across to fill exactly the same position, but he adds for Scotland tremendous pace on that flank. Interesting change, Billy.
Yes, it's a brave change as well, because we're bringing on a young lad who certainly is entitled to his chance, but first international in a game of this importance, it's always difficult. But he's a boy who's played well, and he plays well up and down that left flank.
Good run again by McAllister, trying to force Klein to play the ball. But it was McAllister who turned it out. Klein didn't relish the challenge from Gary McAllister. Kamataru with a header. There's Irvin. Lupescu going up there with McStay. It's McStay who's penalised. So Tom Boyd on the field for Scotland, coming on with the scoreline. Scotland 1, Romania 1. Past the hour mark in the match. McStay fighting hard there and losing that particular joust with Mateot. McKimmy's interception. Rotariu's header. There's Popescu. Petrescu. Forced across field by the snapping attentions of Boyd. Here's Hadji. That's drifting towards the goal line, and there was an offside flag up in any event against Marius Lakatush. And the Romanians too are going to make an alteration. And they're going to bring on a striker. Radu Chayu is going to come on. A young striker who plays his football for Bari in Italy. So it's the Romanians coming forward. Kamataru is going to be the player replaced, I think. So straight striker for striker state of affairs when the play stops. That's beautifully played in by Hadji for Lakatush. Was met there by Boyd. Here's Kamataru, who may try to do something inspirational before he goes off, or perhaps change his manager's mind. Here's Mateot with Lakatush. McLeish has to be quick. That's a great tackle by McLeish. Well, people have always considered he had a problem with pace, but he conceals it superbly. A long throw with Irvin underneath it, leaning in. And it's a corner kick. The linesman said a corner, the referee agreed. Scott's looked surprised about that. Corner kick's taken quickly. Hadji calls for the ball in that deep position. The Scottish defence races out. There's still space here on the right for Petrescu. Up goes Kamataru. He found a gap in the box. It's his last involvement in the match for Romania. The big striker is being withdrawn. But the quality of this ball from Petrescu almost made Scotland pay. Kamataru getting away from the markers. Gorham seemed confident.
Wasn't far away, Jock, and that's a little bit of slack marking at the back there, because he got a clean header in and really should have hit the target with that one. Could have put us in a lot of trouble there.
So off goes Kamataru, on goes Florin Radu Chau, who is 21 years old and apparently has taken a lot of time to settle with Bari in Italy. He's been accompanied to the match here by his club manager to make sure that he has no problems with the journey and arrangements made coming out of Italy. So being cosseted well by his club. There's Malpass playing it forward. There's Robertson showing good close control. Appeared to be impeded there as he made his way forward with the referee, so nothing wrong with that. Robertson having a word with the referee, but he's wasting his time, because I can tell you the Spanish referee has no English at all. Dario plays it wide. And that's a careless bit of play by Lupescu. McCoist picks it up for Scotland, now looks for the support. Here's Murdo MacLeod. Malpass. He has Boyd ahead of him. Here's MacLeod. Trying to bring Boyd into the play on the left. It's a throw to Scotland. Well, but for Davy Cooper, who made that return to international duty last season, Tom Boyd, by my reckoning, the first Motherwell player to be capped since Willie Pettigrew in the mid-70s. Here a chance for McCoist. Brilliantly saved by Lung. Sheer frustration there for Ali McCoist. This looked as though he was going to give Scotland the lead. Played across the penalty area, McAllister couldn't reach it, McCoist controlled it well, stepped inside the defender, and it was the left foot of Lung which saved the day.
Lovely ball from John Robertson, a little bit of work, but magnificent control from Alan McCoist here. Takes one man on, takes the other, finishes well, and only a marvellous save from the goalkeeper prevented us from going ahead.
McLeod's corner. Returned to the danger area by McCoist, and the shot came in from McAllister. His principal task there was to keep the ball down with the shot. He certainly achieved that, but that was at the expense of some power. Well, once again, the cross ball causing problems. Irvine didn't reach it. It's played back in by McCoist. The header not decisive, and there was McAllister with a snapshot. Here comes McAllister again. And the pass goes behind Ali McCoist. Misunderstanding between the players. Ball forward could have been a problem had it been ahead of Lakatouche. Well, Ali McCoy is clearly a very disappointed player. He has already scored 6 goals in his 27 internationals, including tonight, but that looked to be a certainty for a moment. McCoy's layoff. Here comes Boyd into space there for Robertson. McCoy provides support behind. This is Malpass. McAllister's going right into the middle. Murdo MacLeod approaches on the right. That's good play by MacLeod. Well, he was trying to emulate Lakatouche in the first half, controlling that on the run. Defender just that bit closer to him, and he couldn't find the gap.
The front two have worked very, very well for us tonight. They're giving away a fair bit of inches in height, but they're very, very game. They've created all sorts of problems for the Romanians at the back. They've split and they've walked down the flannel, down the flanks rather, and they have really caused problems for the Romanians. Exciting partnership for us, Joe.
Very promising indeed, and had McCoy just knocked that opportunity into the net, two of them would have had a goal. Robertson, remember, scoring the equaliser for Scotland in the first half after the opening goal was scored by Kamataru for Romania. Is there any possibility, Billy, that the Romanians will settle for a draw?
I think they more or less have done, Joe. They would like to win the game, but they're perfectly happy with it, the scoreline as it is just now. Back killer there from Boyd, demonstrating a degree of confidence. Robertson putting pressure on the Romanian defence. Here he comes again across to Popescu. The tackle came from Tom Boyd on Hadji. Well, it didn't appear to be a great deal on that. Boyd certainly has the pace to match Hadji when he makes those electric runs.
This does look to normal mortals to be too far out for a direct shot in goal, but the Scots recognise the danger posed by Hadji. They've lined up a four-man wall. Now this is more than 30 yards out. This ball could swerve a bit. Here comes Hadji. All did well, stood up to the shot. McAllister looking for McLeod. The pass wasn't quite accurate enough. Up goes McKimmie, then McStay. Boyd is content to play that to safety inside the Romanian half. Rotariu retrieves. There's Popescu. Good running again by McKimmie. He's another good match for Scotland. It's only his 7th international. Played his part in the World Cup finals. Popescu again. Rotariu dropping deep once more. So here's Lupescu. And McLeish reacting to the call from Gorham. Certainly a goalkeeper who commands his penalty box. More activity on the Scottish bench below us. It looks as though the Scots are going for a victory. They're going to bring on Pat Nevin. The angle ball from Robertson, too close to the goalkeeper. So Nevin certainly could produce a little bit of attacking inspiration to win the match for Scotland if he can get the service. Scotland taking a little bit of a chance because it probably means a midfield player coming off. Here's Tom Boyd. Good pass inside. McCoy trying to find Robertson. And McCoy being manhandled there by Hadji. Well, I reckon McCoy sort of shade fortunate there to get that verdict. But it is a free kick. And a set piece, which the Scots may have the chance to exploit from their efforts in the training ground, although they had very little chance to rehearse set pieces with the rapidly changing personnel for this match. Martin McLeod being prevented from taking a quick free kick by Mathiut. Mathiut knocking the ball a yard back. So the free kick being orchestrated by Martin McLeod. Gary McAllister has a very good right foot for these efforts. Beautifully struck, and goes McCoist. And McCoist penalised for pushing the defender. Well, that almost caught out the goalkeeper Lung. But what a superb effort against a big goalkeeper. That's exactly the place to send these long-range efforts, right into the bottom corner. Look at the way McAllister hits that. It would have gone in all right. In the end, a superb save by Lung, and I think McCoy is adjudged there to have fouled his marker. Perhaps less fortunate that time.
There wasn't a lot in the challenge, that's fact, but what a magnificent strike from Gary McAllister. We've talked about Hadji striking the ball, but he was 30 yards out there and he hit it well. The goalkeeper got down and made a very, very good save.
Well, that would have made it a marvellous match for McAllister. This is his first competitive match in Scotland colours. His earlier caps, there have been 3, have been in friendlies. Preparation matches for the World Cup. He didn't get a game in Italy. Here's Lakatush. Looking for Popescu breaking. Brian Irvin underneath that, using his height. Headed away well by Malpass. Rotariu plays it for Hadji. Switches to the left foot. The offside flag is up. Harichoyu and Lakatush was the players offside, and there's going to be a change now made by Scotland. There's also going to be a change perhaps by Romania. No, Gary McAllister, who's done a good job wide on the right for Scotland, goes off, and the replacement who gets a warm welcome to win his 9th cap is Pat Nevin. Well, Nevin made his debut against Romania here at Hampden in 1986 in the international which heralded Kenny Dalglish's 100th cap, and now has the chance to provide that little spark which might win the match for Scotland. Certainly will play a more advanced role than McAllister. Here's Paul McStay. McKimmie has gone forward. Nevin asked for the ball inside. McKimmie hurried the pass. Irvin's header finds McKimmie. Here's Murdo McLeod, and now Nevin. Well, runs into trouble with Rotario. The back keeler releases Rotario. They like these long angled balls from deep positions, the Romanians. They strike them very well indeed, but the Scots appear to have been well briefed about that ploy. So the Romanians again have possession. Brian Irvin's out of reach with that challenge on Rotario. Lakatouche tried to come in there behind McLeish, and Lakatouche was guilty of the foul on Malpass. That was good alert refereeing. Lakatouche not complaining. Now a change is also going to be made by Romania. They're going to take off Mathiut. Mathiut, the number 8, will come off, and the replacement this time will be Sabau. Sabau, who will replace Mathiut. That's a direct replacement. Well, he's certainly taking his time leaving the field. Sabau plays for Feyenoord in Holland. Another young man, he's just 22. And that will complete the substitutions for the match. Full quota now utilised by both sides. Sabau involved straight away. Superb screening by Hadji, not allowing Malpass to get a tackle in. Here's Popescu. Hadji's dummy was well read by Boyd. He can charge forward now. He's very quick indeed now. Petrescu trying to get back, and Boyd's strength carries him to the ball. Chance now for Paul McStay, setting it up. McLeod playing it across, and it's tapped in by McCoist. Scotland take the lead. And Tom Boyd, the first player to congratulate McCoist, was the man who set it all up. Harry McCoist's 7th goal for Scotland. He's got 5 in his last 2 matches for Rangers. McCoist pass across the face of the goal. Look at this control and pass from McStay. McLeod playing across the face of the goal, and McCoist surging in for the goal.
It's a marvellous goal job because Paul McStay does very well to control this. Sees Murdo McLeod, plays the pass to him. Murdo's not going to have a shot at this. He's going to play it back in there, and there's Alan McCoist sliding in the net. What a tremendous result for us at this particular moment.
So we have about 14 minutes left in the match. There's the amazing scoreline and the view of the play in the opening 20 minutes. Scotland leading by 2 goals to 1, and the goal snatching partnership is paid off. There goes John Robertson. Eased off the ball there by Sandoy. Now that was a free kick, surely. The referee looking for guidance from his linesman. Yes, Scotland have the decision. And the Scots in no particular hurry, of course, to get the ball back. John Robertson showing his willingness to chase what appeared to be a lost cause. And the free kick just outside the quarter circle, marking the corner kick spot. There's Murdo McLeod towards the near post area. McStay with a superb pass to McLeod. Delicate ball inside, that's head flicked on by Nevin. Well, he didn't get quite enough, or he got too much on that. Had he put more meat into that, it may have gone into the goal area, but had he glanced it more, it would have been a chance for another striker. What a great pass that was from Paul McStay. And then McLeod looking up, playing another careful near post ball. Nevin with a head flick on. Well, what an encouraging burst of play from Scotland, Billy.
Certainly is. I think even more encouraging from my point of view, Jockeys. we have regained all the old Scottish spirit. We've had an appetite to get involved in this game. We've had an appetite to have some success in it, and success has come to us simply because we've been prepared to work hard.
So the Scots now thinking in terms of seeing this out. They've got a problem because Pat Nevin was introduced to the fray in order to try to win the game. He didn't have a role to play in the goal which McCoy scored, and now perhaps Scotland would have preferred to have an extra defensive player in the field. They can't make any more changes, and Nevin, I'm sure, will want to make his own impression on the play. Oh, a fine play by Martin McLeod. Interception by Popescu. Here's McStay. Now McKimmie, a long pass back. Well, I have to say, Billy, you might not be so keen to make this point, but Scotland have a great service from Paul McStay and from Martin McLeod, one of your former players tonight.
Most certainly, this is one of Paul's best games for Scotland. I think he's taken it upon himself to lead by example, and he's certainly done that tonight.
And we should not also forget the vital role played in the goal by Tom Boyd in his first international.
Yes, for a young lad making his debut at international level, he showed tremendous composure and confidence. And really, at the end of the day, it was his run that set the whole thing up for us.
McCoy's trying to guide that header down to Tom Boyd.
I think what, for me, the biggest plus is the front two, Jock. They have worked very, very hard together, and they look as though they could be a very, very useful combination.
Well, certainly staking a claim to develop this partnership. Number 7 there, Robertson. Number 9, McCoist. McCoist already an established international, and John Robertson's contribution, quite apart from an excellent goal, has been enough surely to force his claims to stay in the side. There he goes again. Robertson with a back keeler. Forward comes Paul McStay. Setting this back for McLeod. Well, I'm not sure that Paul McStay realised when he came inside he could have left a shooting chance there to John Robertson, who strikes the ball so crisply.
Yes, he does well here, he does well, but a little half tackle there. He leaves it, just takes it back. Mind you, Murdo hits it well, doesn't he?
Turned on there by Radu Chawu. Nevin not expected to win balls in the air. McCoist giving chase, making sure that there can be no quick throw in. Well, he really has run himself into the ground tonight, Ali McCoist. Always has had a tremendous appetite for playing for his country, and it's certainly paid off. He had the last touch before Robertson's first goal, and of course scored a goal which has given Scotland the lead. Well, the Romanians, though, always dangerous. This match will not be settled until the final whistle, I'm sure of that. Hadji playing it forward, Petrescu at pace, trying to get the ball before it reaches the byline. Well, relief there among the Scots in defence. Well, young Dan Petrescu, though, looks to be an outstanding attacking right back.
Yes, I think we've complimented the front two, Jock. We've got to compliment the defence because it's relatively inexperienced at this level. They've coped with some very, very good players, and they've got more and more confident the longer the game has gone on. I think all credit to Alan McLeish because he's used his experience very, very well in this game. He's nursed Brian Irvine through the match.
Still have some work to do, the Scottish defence. Here's Lakatush breaking in that inside right channel, which he's exploited so well in various phases in the match. Oh, great understanding. Here comes the Romanians again. And what a vital challenge that was by the skipper, Paul McStay. Georgi Hadji was the player who made that intrusion. He's shaking his head because the referee has given a free kick, or a goal kick, is it, to Scotland? The Scotland certainly have the verdict. A shake of the head from Hadji. He may have learned some Spanish following his arrival at Real Madrid and can make his dissatisfaction known.
He might have learned Spanish, Jock, but I think the referee was just exactly right there.
Klein with a header. Well, we can expect the Romanians to hit back fiercely before the end. They must believe that they had enough ability to take something from this match. And unless they can conjure up something late on, they may go home empty-handed. The offside flag is up again. The referee waving play on, leaving advantage as Malpass finds McCoist on the left. Nevin and Robertson racing into the penalty area. Here's Boyd supporting. McCoist again. Paul McStay. Good effort from McStay. Well, he really has matured again, another stage in his development, you might think, as he's wearing that captain's armband for Scotland. Played across there for McCoist. He sets it up for Paul McStay. Had one thought in mind at that point, and the ball bending away from goal.
At this stage of the game, Jock, it might not have been important to hit the target. There's a big area behind the goals at Hampden. It takes a little while for the ball to get back. If it stays like this, we'll be perfectly happy.
Well, undoubtedly the professional view of the state of affairs right now. Here's McCoist again. Clumsy first touch there by Murdo McLeod. He's had a fine match, but that was one he'll regret. Irvin out of range there. He tried to make that tackle. Here's Aduchau. Blocked by McKimmie, who showed his courage there, standing in front of that. Here's Lupescu. Cross it goes to Rotario. Irvin again standing firm with a header. Here's Petrescu. Rotario. Lupescu. The Romanians trying to step up a gear. They certainly began the match at a quicker pace than the Scots as far as distributing passes around the field was concerned. Well, that's a great back healer there by Haji. He's not at all happy with the attentions there of Murdo McLeod. He's complaining bitterly to the referee, but complaining in vain. Back with Popescu, who took his eye off that. There's Sandoy. Haji on his left foot again, looking for Lakatush. Malpass drilling the header forward. It's won by McCoist. There goes Boyd again, showing his powerful running on the left. He really is a menacing figure coming forward like this. Now looks for help. He's already eased the burden on the Scots defensively. A burst of applause for Boyd as he finds McLeod. Here's Nevin. Now, can he hit the byline? Yes, it looks like it. Pulling back the cross. Here's Murdo McLeod again. He may think about feeding Nevin once more. Oh, good play by McLeod. Down he goes. He appeared to be caught from the rear. What a handball decision is given against Murdo McLeod. And I suppose, Billy, a penalty kick was too much to hope for.
It was a bit unfortunate because he did turn his man and he caught, I think, a tackle from behind in that area is always dangerous, and it was a dangerous challenge, and he was a bit unfortunate.
Here come the Scots again. Sabal, the Albanians rather, having a chance to come forward. The Scots defending as Ryan Irvin is caught in possession. He'll have to be clever and strong, and he was fouled in the end by Lakatush. Almost a moment of alarm there for the Scots. Ryan Irvin, the very rugged, straightforward centre-back, good attacking the ball and defending, making his tackles, but not quite so comfortable when he has time and possession at the back. Well, a catch-weight contest there. Klein with Nevin. Here's McCoist. Sandoy and McCoist clashing. The free kick goes against McCoist. Well, I reckon Sandoy will be very happy to see the back of Ali McCoist tonight, Billy.
Yes, they certainly have worked their back three very, very thoroughly, and really the basis of our success tonight has come from the work that they have done and the anxiety they've created to the Romanians at the back.
But the problems are not over the Scots by any means. Aduchau comes out to take possession. Here's Klein, forced onto his weaker foot, the right. Well, intricate work there by the Romanians, coming to nothing. Nevin trying to find Robertson through the middle. Popescu, a rangy stride, taking him away from Robertson, allowing him to turn it back to his keeper. This is Lupescu. Petrescu. Now Sabal. Oh, Rotario has found space away from Murdo McLeod. Petrescu has to be matched there by Boyd. Playing it up the line, looking for Robertson. Oh, that's brilliantly taken by Robertson, trying to link there with Boyd. Well, both these players, debutants, showing tremendous confidence, Robertson and Boyd. Tabo again. And a careless pass from Petrescu. Entitled to be feeling some fatigue now, Petrescu. He's shuttled up and down that right flank for Romania all night. Hadji was the player who couldn't receive the pass. 90 seconds, I make it, left for play. Scotland leading by 2-1. There's Tom Boyd lofting it forward. Near Lupescu, put under pressure by Paul McStay. McStay wins it cleanly. No, the referee thought there was something wrong with that. He's given a free kick against McStay. The whistle delayed somewhat. That took many of the players by surprise, including the Romanians. The Scots requiring to retain their diligence. There's unpleasantness inside the penalty area as Radu Chau is elbowing McKimmie. Up goes McLeod. It's back there with Klein. Hadji, Klein again. More problems for the Scots in defence. Here's Lakatush peeling back. Sabah with a shooting chance. Lakatush is offside. Oh, what a let-off there for Scotland. The momentum of the attack was building up all the time. And Lakatush looks unhappy about this. It was a very tight decision, this. The Scots getting out very smartly here. That was very good defensive play. But I'll tell you, when that ball was played in, they looked almost in line, which would have been onside in terms of the new rules.
I think in this match, Jock, we're entitled to just a little bit of a turn, and we might just perhaps have got it there.
That's touched on there by McCoy. The referee is looking at his watch, and I reckon the 90 minutes are now over. Scotland battling hard to retain the lead now. The referee checking with his linesman. The whistle will go at any moment. This could be the last Romanian attack. The tackle was made by McKimmie. Certainly not relishing the attention of Radu Chau. Here's McLeod. Rotariu turning it inside. Klein to Hadji. Now, is this the last chance for Romania? Here comes Sabah. Malpass will have to be careful. Superb defending. Well, Andy Gordon will be in no hurry, but he'll certainly play it long when he does release the ball. And the referee is still holding play up. There's Robertson setting it up for McKimmie. Can Scotland finish with a flourish? Here's Nevin and McKimmie. Scotland getting players into the box now, supporting this attack. And the headed clearance reaches Robertson, who couldn't control it on the bounce, and Scotland a little bit exposed now. It's 4 against 4 at the back. Radu Chau is helping the far side from Lakatush. And tremendous response there from the Scottish supporters when Malpass's tackle, but the danger's not yet over. The referee looking at his watch again, but still he will not blow the whistle. Scotland hanging on. They're leading by 2-1. This is Hadji. Could be his last chance. Pulling it across goal, and Petrescu racing in. And that could be the last opportunity for Romania. The referee being spoken to by Paul McStay in the middle of the field. Hadji trying all he knew here to pull the match out of the fire for the Romanians. Pulling this across the face of the goal, and Petrescu was the Romanian who couldn't get on the end of it. Still no whistle as John Robertson collects. Playing it up the line, and the throw is given to Scotland. Once again, a long look by the referee towards the linesman on the near side. Now to the linesman on the far side. The Scottish fans anxiously awaiting the whistle. And then it goes! Scotland have won their opening match in the European Championships. It's been an outstanding performance on this depleted side. They've won after going behind early on to Kamataru. Goals from Robertson and McCoy's Billy, a superb performance.
I think it's a magnificent performance, Jock, because we got the worst possible break. They scored right away. We lost a lot of players through call-offs, but this group of players have worked very, very hard, and the longer the game went on, the more confident they came, and they played some very, very accomplished football. There's a lot of pluses. We look as though we might have a very potent front two. We look as though Paul McStay has developed this season. It looks as though he's going to assume the reins of a captain. And at the back, we didn't let anyone down, and the goalkeeper looked very, very confident. So all in this